So here we are, back again. Today I'm here with Alexandra. She's a very nice person, but she's also a special one. As always, I like to introduce the persons I'm interviewing, and they are always with me, not just because I'm so beautiful, but because they can offer special contents, and there is a special reason. In this occasion, the reason is not about music industry, is not about DJing, clubbing, and stuff like that we like for sure. But I would like to introduce to all my public, all my audience, Bella Esperanza. That, of course, is not the name and surname of Alexandra, but it's a non-profit organization she's working for. She's the president, I think. Yeah. So, CEO.
Future CEO.
Future CEO. And I met her about, I was looking at the calendar about 1 year ago. So we have been knowing each other in a better way. And as a DJ Hub, I'm supporting, giving some help to our organization. So if you want to spend few seconds about introducing really yourself, and then moving immediately to Bella Esperanza. What is Bella Esperanza?
Thank you very much for the introduction, Max. My name is Alex. I'm the founder and president of Bella Esperanza. Bella Esperanza is a non-profit organization, a voluntary organization at the moment, which we founded in January 2023. So we're quite new. The mission of Bella Esperanza is to bring education and creativity to children. So we believe in a world where every child has access to education. We believe that education is a fundamental human right, and every child should have access to education and to creativity. We're currently building our first school in Tanzania. It's our pilot project, which started in January 2023. And it's quite a big project because it will give access to 360 kids. But in general, I think it's important to understand how we work and what our approach is. So our approach is called 3C Charity Model.
I stop you because, before going so deep, for me it's important also to let the other people know something about you through your choices. I mean, why Bella Esperanza was born.
So basically, everything started in 2017 when I made my first voluntary trip to Tanzania in this orphanage center in Tosamaganga. Back then, and until actually 1 month ago, I was working in the fashion industry. I was working as head of marketing for several fashion brands for the Italian market. And however, I had this calling of going to Africa. I knew that I had to go to Africa. I knew that I had to work with children. So I was waiting for an opportunity because I didn't want to go with a big corporation already. So one day my cousin calls me and she was like, I have a friend, she lives in this orphanage center in Tanzania and I'm going to visit her for like 3-4 months.
What about going together?
Yes, so I was like, I'm going with you for sure. So I cannot stay for 3 or 4 months because I was working full time back then. But I went there for a month and it really changed my life because there were more than 100 kids in this orphanage center. And of course, everyone has a very difficult and tragic story, of course, being and growing up in an orphanage center. But I had a very, very strong and natural connection with one of the orphans in particular, and her name is Esperanza. Basically, I made her the promise that she would have the chance to go to school. And this is how everything started. So basically, she has been our main inspiration. So it kind of started as a joke because basically I went back to Italy and I tell my parents, listen, we have a new project. We need to build a school in Tanzania. So you can imagine their enthusiasm. But this is how it all started. And from kind of a very distant dream, it's now becoming reality to a point where I took a very important decision in December last year, actually, 2 months ago, where I decided to leave my full-time job in the fashion industry and be full in to this new adventure for me of this no-profit world, and really build Bella Esperanza now.
And just before going on the next goal and what in concrete is building up Bella Esperanza, for me should be interesting to let all the people know why we have this kind of center in Tanzania, if they are so often, which is the everyday life that doesn't permit to a lot of young boys and girls not to have an education. If you can make a picture of the everyday life in these places, because why I should help.
Sure. So I think it's very important to come with a few numbers and facts. So right now, there are 260 million children globally that are not in school. This means that by 2030, there will almost be 1 billion youth that don't have the necessary skills to be an adequate workforce. So this is basically 1/10 of the world population, so 1 in 10 of us. And unfortunately, even in Tanzania, like in many other places on our planet, often kids don't have the chance to go to school. So in our particular case, the kids, the orphans, let's say, can stay at the orphanage center until they're 6 years old. Once they reach that age and they officially have reached the age of going to school, they need to leave the center. So they need to be reintegrated in their family settings. But as many of these kids don't have a family, otherwise they would not be in the orphanage center, many of them don't have a chance to go to school because maybe they have a grandfather that lives somewhere that on the paper they have a family member, but that person is not able to take care of these children. And in the case of Esperanza, for example, she has no mom because she died at birth, when she was giving birth. She has a father, but he's not taking care of her. So she was at risk as well. So, these children often don't have the chance to go to school, so they never have the chance to escape the cycle of poverty. So I really believe that in order to create change, we need to allow as many children as possible to have the chance to go to school and build themselves a better future in their country.
Of course. And it's also cheaper and more functional to let these countries go on. And so, okay, so now it's the time to speak about, you have told us about the vision of Bella Esperanza. Now in a concrete way, what are you doing and what are the goals you have to reach?
Mm-hmm. So basically right now we're working on our first pilot project, which is this primary school in Ugvachanya, which is close to Iringa in Tanzania. And basically, this project is our first project, but it's already quite big and quite huge and complex because basically it will give access to 360 kids. So it will have a total of 8 classes, 2 dormitories for 100 orphans. It will have a kitchen, a dining hall, a laundry, a sporting area, a library. It's almost a little village where we also have additional land for agricultural use to make sure that the school is autonomous and really because the children eat there breakfast and lunch. So it's very important to reduce also costs that they have their own land so that they can have for agricultural reasons.
Yeah.
So basically, right now, we're already in our 3rd year. We are working with the province of Bolzano, which is helping us in fundraising because they take care 70% of the total costs, where 30% of the costs we have to fundraise through private donations. So right now we have already built 12 toilets, 4 classes. We're building 2 additional classes.
They're not making school in the toilets.
Not yet. So today we have built 12 classes.
The 4 classes, the 12 toilets. Sorry. I was joking you. But no, we're not going to cut. There's nothing to hide. But the important thing, because for you, it's, normal in a sense, but it was approved, a big project where the province of Bolzano is financing you the 70%.
Yes.
So this means that, you're not waking up in the morning and you're saying, okay, in the next 3 weeks we are going to do this. 3 years ago, you were planning a big project. The big project was approved, and then, as all the public project with money transfer, public money transfer, they are saying, okay, to let me see that you have a great idea, well planned, but you're also serious. We give you, in a sense, just that it is not just 70% of the money. Then you have to collect all the proof of payment, and it's up to you the 30% of the rest, the 30% of the whole amount.
Yes.
Is it right?
So basically it works like this, that in 2021, when we really started working on this project, we made a 5 years financial plan where approximately it's 100K per year, where 70% is covered by the province and 30% is covered by private donations. And then it works like this, that every year by the 31st of January, we sent in the new project for each year. So in the first year, basically what we built are the 12 toilets and the 4 classes. In the second year, we made the 2 dormitories for 100 children. Now we are in the third year where we are working on the kitchen, the dining hall, and the library. And it works like this, that basically the province gives us 70% of their 70% right away.
Okay.
We then have to collect also their remaining 30%.
Yeah.
And just at the end of the year, when we have finished all the works and we send them the final project with all the pictures, with all the invoices, they will give us the remaining 30%.
I see.
So it means that in general for us per year, we need to collect 100,000. In order to make sure that we can continue with the works of the school. For us, transparency is very, very important because we are absolutely aware that trust is an important entry barrier for many people, considering of many things that have happened, unfortunately, in the industry. So for us, transparency is very key, and we are studying now technology to try to understand how we can really maximize our transparency. So for now, what we have 2 different separate bank accounts. One is for the operational costs, and one is for the school construction. So if a person makes a donation, let's say of 50 euros, those 50 euros go 100% into our school construction bank account, making sure that they know that these 50 euros are 100% used for the school's construction. It's not that 10% goes here, 3% goes there, because of course, as every business, we have operational costs, but we have a separate bank account where we have the support of private donors, which allow us to have this distinction. I think this is very important because it gives our donors the trust that they know exactly what is going on with their donation. At the same time, what we are also studying now is the whole digital world, also of blockchain, because this can help us even more of making it really transparent so that people see where the money goes, how we use it, in what project, to make really sure that they can trust us with of course, the money that they're giving us. So this is very important for us.
The last answer is about the profile you're looking for as donors or donators. I mean, because maybe somebody that is watching this video find it very interesting, but as private people and single people, persons, you can donate something, but we are talking about 600,000 euros and maybe more with the passing of the time. So this is good, but not enough. So which kind of help do you need from industries, firms, and everybody here in the rich part of the world?
So we position ourselves as contemporary charity because we are a contemporary brand that sends inspirational messages and is built upon hope and not guilt. So we have three main pillars. We have art, music, and culture, because we use these universal languages to inspire people to integrate charity into their lifestyle. So basically, we work with private donors, we work with public donors. Of course, we also collaborate with brands and with companies. It can be from any kind of sector. Ideally, it's from the art or the music or the culture, in general. It really depends. We're very flexible. We can do a project for them or with them. So based on the communication needs of each company, we can really create projects ad hoc for each company. So we can work with companies from the fashion industry, music industry, lifestyle in general, and we really make sure that based on their communication needs, we create a project that makes sense. And we make sure that we create a win-win situation that benefits us, of course, so that we can continue with the building of our school, but of course also benefits them and their stakeholders and target audience, making sure that it benefits all of us.
Okay. In a sense, now we are talking about the help I'm giving to Bella Esperanza, so it's a giving back, and have you... Okay, we have an appointment, but before the appointment, do you want to add something more that maybe I missed to ask you and you want to talk about? Otherwise, we talk about the next April.
Okay, so we have our 3C charity approach. So first of all, we want to be credible. That's why we have two different bank accounts. One is for the operational costs and one is for the school construction. Then the second one is collaborative. So for us, collaboration is our key value. It's very important to work with local trusted partners. So all our partners that we have, from the construction company to the project manager, they're all local people, because for us it's very important to have local people that know the culture and that can tell us what they need. So we are really just here to try to help them, but it's very important to have this exchange and this feedback from them. And the third C is contemporary. Really believe that it's super important, and this is a huge advantage that we have maybe considered to other charities, to have this contemporary approach that speaks to people. So it's not, we don't want people to feel guilty, and we will never show images of the child that has the mosquito on the face, but we want to use our universal languages of music and art and really inspire people to become part of this movement. So I think this is very important.
Okay. And what is happening? What's going on the 2nd of April?
On April 2, basically, we'll make our first big event where basically it's a fundraising event where we will have a lot of entertainment coming from art and coming from music. So we will have live performances from music and from art. So basically, of course, we will have musical live performances, we will have DJ sets, we will have contemporary artists that make live paintings. And I think it's a very good example to tell to people how they can also support us. So basically, companies have the chance to support us, of course, with an economical support, but we can also work with partners where we try to create always a win-win situation, and where we exchange services, or the partner gives us their service. And of course, what we always try to do is to open our network so that based because we always try to give back. We're always very thankful for people like you that, believe in us from the very beginning and support us. And so we're always trying to use that to also create another situation for the partners that support us. And we have a huge network of people in the fashion industry, design, art, music. So it will be a creative celebration, let's say, where we try to fundraise 36,000 euros, because that's what we need now to register our school. We have to do this within April so that in May the kids can make the exams. So this is a very important step for us, because the school will now be officially registered by the state. And so the kids can do the exams in May. So this is really just the beginning for us, but it's an important milestone. So this event will be important for us because we will now also start communicating to press. We will have our new website, so this is really the launch, let's say, of Bella Speranza in Milan.
When you say register the school, it means that is registered in the Ministry of Education, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes. It will be officially registered in Tanzania.
Okay. So that's all for now. And maybe in the future you will take us or will send us the photos of the new part of the buildings.
Absolutely.
Okay? I will come down when the beauty center is on, okay?
We're waiting for you.
Ciao.
Thank you, Max.